Perfect. All right. Without any further ado, we are recording, and Joe, take it away.
Let's
Awesome.
go.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? From Go WFO, I'm Joe,
And I'm Jason.
and this is Chasing Infinity, where we meet people who have constantly pushed the limits of human capabilities through adventure and extreme sports. Jason, would you like to introduce our guest today?
It would be my honor. Absolutely. Positively. Today, we are joined by Jeremy Nicollin. Jeremy is an outdoor adventure athlete who mainly focuses on cliff diving, but also goes skiing and mountaineering. Jeremy is a 5-time French champion in javelin throw. Jeremy, welcome to the show, and thank you very, very much for being here. First question for you, Jeremy. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but apart from being a pro athlete in javelin throw, you participated and won competitions in long jump and triple jump. Is that correct?
Hi, everybody. So, firstly, I'm very happy to be with you here.
Awesome.
And to answer the question, yes, in track and field, when we are younger, we start with every discipline. We throw, we jump, we run, we sprint, we do everything. And so, I was good in much discipline, but I specialized in javelin. And one time a year, there is a competition for the club where there is to be 2 male athletes, 2 female athletes by disciplines. So for this competition, it's called Interclub in France. I did long jump and triple jump and also javelin throw for the club, and because I was good in these 2 disciplines, 2 specialties.
I see. So that's how you became in both disciplines, because you were competitive and very good in both disciplines.
Yes,
I
that's
see.
right.
All right. Very good. Second question. And now that you've left track and field and chosen to become a full-time extreme sports athlete, tell us about why you did it and about the transition from athletics to extreme sports.
First of all, I can't say I am a full-time cliff diver because I work. I work for a company. I'm product manager for Opal de Metz. It's a sunglasses and glasses brand in France, and so I choose after track and field to do cliff diving because from my younger age I did this sports. At 8 years old, I jumped from 10 meters in canyoning near my house. It's about 10-minute walk from my house. So I always liked this sport. But while I did track and field, I can't take too much risk in other sports because if I have injuries because of that, it's a big problem. So 1 year and a half ago, I had a job proposition for my actual work. And in track and field, I was on the end. I had little injuries that didn't allow me to reach a new level in javelin throw because I can't. At the end, I can't express my 100% because that's only in javelin throw. But in other sports, I can do everything at 100%. So when I have the job proposition, I took it. And so every weekend, I can go do other sports. And now I have no limits because of the track and field, So I can do everything I want. So in winter, I do ski a lot. And in summer, I do cliff diving. And so I started to do more and more videos of that with more and more technical jump and higher jumps. And maybe people like it because now I have more than 100,000 followers on Instagram and a million of views in my video. And I'm happy to do that. And if people are happy to see my jumps, it's so cool.
Beyond
Amazing.
cool. Absolutely phenomenal. This
Thank you.
is truly an honor. Seriously.
That's great.
Jeremy, I understand that in a previous interview, you mentioned that your father is your mentor. Now, you mentioned that you did that, was it 30 meter? No, 10 meter jump when you're like 10 years old?
At 8 years old, yes.
8 years old.
Yes.
Only 8 years old. So obviously
Yes.
your father had a big inspiration and guiding you towards this. Can you explain more about how he became like your
Yes.
mentor? Was he a diver as well?
Yes, I grew up in Jura Mountains in France. It's a middle high mountain. It's the higher is 1,650 meters. And near my house at 10-minute walks, there is a little canyon where you can jump in a small pool of water, like 4 meters large, 4 meters long. It's a circle of 4 meters diameter. And you can jump on it from different heights. And so my father bring us with my sister and my brother very young in this canyon. And so I did my first jump there, and I liked it a lot. There was very good sensation. It was fun. So I start like that with my father. And so my first jump, it was follow my father. So when he go higher, I follow him. And so I liked it, so I continue to do it all my life.
Outstanding. I just
Yeah,
thought of something. No, I just thought of something. And this is off target, a little bit. But have you ever, because when you're diving, I would imagine you're practicing those flips and the turns and and everything. Have you ever done like a trampoline training to kind of help with the flips and
No, very little. I do only simple tricks. My biggest tricks is a double A and dub front with half rotation in the second front flip. It's called I don't know the name already of the second tricks, but I do my biggest tricks is the double flip. So
double
it's
flip?
not very
Awesome.
complicated to do. So maybe in my I did in all my life maybe 10 sessions of trampoline, So it's easy movement. So I start low and I go higher when I'm confident with my technique. But
Awesome.
I didn't do a lot of trampoline. But athletes that do more technical tricks than me, like triple, like quadruple with spin on it, they train a lot, yes, in trampoline and in gym, of course.
Cool. Joe, I think you were going to jump in with something there. You got a comment?
Yeah, so I was just gonna go on the same topic, because cliff diving involves a lot of risk, right? Especially when people look from the outside, it's like a really scary sport. So can you just talk to us about how do you prepare physically and mentally for such a sport, such as cliff diving?
Yes, it's very dangerous, obviously. When I jump from 30 meters, I arrive in the water at 100 kilometers per hour. So it's very fast. If you don't fall good, it's not good for you. So there is a lot of rules before jump. The first is to check the depth of the water, to check the platform where you jump, where you put your feet. Is it okay? Is it slippery? Do you run before? Is there a gap to reach the water, etc., etc.? All parameters, we check it before the jump. Of course, we check if we can go up after the jump, because if we are stuck in the water, it's not good too. So all these parameters, we check it before. For a jump at 20 meters and more, you need to have like 6 meter depth to jump. or more.
That's what I was going to ask you.
I did a test one time in swimming pool this summer. We did a show in Genève, and there was a 20 meters platform, and the pool was 5 meters depth.
Okay.
And I tried to go straight in the water and stay straight, because in the water you can have a different trajectory. You know, you can do straight or like this, and so if you don't go straight, you don't go very deep. You can jump from 25 meters and go 3 meters deep. It depends of your trajectory inside under the water. And so at 20 meters, if I go all straight, vertical, I was sitting at 5 meters depth.
Oh, because you see these stunts. You see people that jump from high meters, very, very high, amount of feet or meters into a very shallow pool of water. How do they do that? How do they? Because obviously there's a technique to be able to not hit the bottom of the pool. So how do they manage to slow that momentum?
When you touch the water, the water is you can have you can swim in the water. You can push the water, so it's not like the air. So when you enter, you can change your trajectory inside under the water with your moves. You know, so you can do like that. Yes,
Wow,
like that.
That's
exactly.
amazing.
Yes. So that's how you reduce the impact. Is that right?
No, it's no. For the impact, you have to be very strong at the impact. This is the only rule. You have to be straight, not like that. Very straight and very strong to the impact. So to finish to answer the question, yes, there is a lot of physical preparation. For me, I trained as an elite athlete for javelin throw. While 10 years, so I spend a lot of time in the gym to train my body. So I'm strong. I'm very strong. I can take the impact. And the second thing to take the impact is to do impact. So you have to do a lot of jump. And the best rules is to start low, like 1 meter, 2 meters, 3 meters. And you can go up to train the impact. And the second parameter is in the air. In the air, you have to keep your balance to arrive straight in the water, to not arrive like that. No, I don't have the word. I'm sorry for my English.
Your English is great, Jeremy.
And so you have to start low and go higher and higher, to train your balance in the air too, and train your impact, because every time you go higher, you have bigger speed. And if your balance is not good, the impact will be harder too. So you have to train the both at the same time to go higher and higher. And when you feel that at 10 meters you are good, you can try 12, etc., etc. And me, I go to my highest is 35 meters this year.
Oh,
35 meters. That brings up a great question. So from 35 meters, as you keep on progressing higher and higher and higher, please walk us through the process, Jeremy, and how you deal with fear, both before and during the actual dive.
Yes. Obviously, I have fear. Before the jump, there is fear. It's normal, but it's a good fear, you know. I did a lot of preparation for a jump like that. I did a lot of jump in the same day before at 20 meters with the backflip, because I did a backflip at 35. And all the months before, I did a lot of jump at 20, 25, 27, 30 meters. And so every time I have, on every jump, I have fear, but it's a fear that make me focus on my target. And so if you have no fear, you cannot be focused, and maybe you will forget one parameter or another. And when you have fear, it pushes you to be very to analyze everything and to have every parameter in account, and we can check everything, and every checkup is good, but then you have confidence, and so at this moment you have the confidence, you have the confidence to go and jump. It's a fear is not a good feeling, but it's the start of a good circle to jump, to attempt your target, to reach your target. So all comes from fear. But first, before the fear, you have your object, your target. You want to do something. This thing brings you fear, but because of fear, you check everything, and so it brings you confidence, and then you can do it.
Do you have certain breathing exercises or certain things that you do with your breath to kind of, or channel your energy, channel your chi, to get you into that state of mind to properly manage that stress?
Not every time. I know a lot of athletes do that, but for me, I think it comes naturally because I can see myself doing that. Not naturally. I do that because it's in the process, but I don't say, oh, okay, I'm stressed, so I will do an exercise of respiration, of breathing. So no, I don't do that specially for that. It comes naturally to calm down before the jump. Yes, of course, you have to be focused, and but I don't need that. I think it's natural for me. But a lot of athletes do breathing exercise, yes, to stay calm and focus before the jump or their exercise.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
go ahead, Joe. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask you. I have, just a interesting question that popped in my mind right now. You're doing this as a passion. You love it. You have a huge following. Have you ever thought about pursuing it professionally full time? I know you're balancing it between your work full time to support you and your family. But have you ever thought about potentially doing it full time? You see those divers that, for example, I've been on cruises before, and they have a shallow pool of water, and they're diving from high meter, platforms into a very shallow pool. I know they probably don't pay very well on a cruise, and you'd be away from family. But have you ever, is there opportunities for divers like yourself, and have you ever thought about pursuing it full time?
There is two ways to live from cliff diving. The first is to be a professional athlete and do like the Red Bull cliff diving,
Yep.
But this way is not for me because the Red Bull cliff diving is like gymnastic, You have to keep your feet straight. It's like ski acrobatic versus ski freestyle,
Yes.
And Red Bull cliff diving is acrobatic ski, and me, I'm more freestyle diver. And, and so for me, there is no competition. Actually, the only competition in high diving, in cliff diving, is Red Bull cliff diving. It's gymnastic. And so for me, the way to live from my passion, yes, is to have sponsor, So if sponsor can give me money to do project, to do video for them, to create content, yes, I can do that professionally, and I like to do that. But for the moment, I have to work to go on weekend and do my jump, my sports that I like. But yes, it can be it's a target for me to do only cliff diving and skiing and outdoor sports all the year with a sponsor, yes, and create content. But it's difficult.
I see.
Yeah, that's really great to hear.
I like the fact that you're staying freestyle. You're staying, to your own creative way of doing this. I love that, Jeremy. A little plug for you now, a little plug for you, because you mentioned, that, sponsors or a certain person or a certain company. You didn't say that exact words, but if the right opportunity is somebody wanted you to come jump at a certain location and it's awfully safe, you check the depth, you check the edge, make sure you're not going to slip and fall. But obviously, if travel expenses were all paid for, what would it be approximately? Maybe, it's a case by case situation. You have to talk to the people individually, but what would it take to get the word out there for you that you're available to go jump someplace, let's say from 30 meters, all travel expenses paid, and you're gone for a weekend? What would be your rate or what would be your fee? And maybe you can't answer it, over the on the moment in here like this, and you'd have to evaluate it. But I was just kind of curious. Just wanted to plug you a little bit.
My fees to go in a weekend and jump, but it depends where I go jump. So if I go in France by car, it's not very expensive. But if I go for 2 weeks in Ile de la Réunion or Hawaii or United States, you have to pay the plane.
Of course.
The car rents, the gas, the food. So I don't know. It can go from 100 euros the weekend at it's infinite. It's infinite. I go to United States and do 3 weeks road trip with jumps. Can be in thousands and thousands of dollars.
Okay, perfect.
It depends of the project, and after, if we want to create content, with different kind of quality. So if I create myself the content, only me, I will take my GoPro and put it in my mouth with the attach and film in POV or with the stick. But if I want to create a very good content for a company, I will go with a video maker, a professional video maker, and I will have to pay him. And so at that time, it will be more and more expensive. And
I understand.
Perfect. Video maker, it can be like $800 a day or more and more. Maybe.
Sure. I understand. Perfect. I love it. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Phenomenal. So, Joe, do you have a question?
Yeah. What I wanted to ask you is that you started cliff diving at a very young age, and then you moved on to professional athletics. You did javelin throw for a while. For quite some years, and then you came back to cliff diving. So how did that transition feel like? Was it difficult, or was it really easy for you to get back into cliff diving?
No, it was not difficult because it was finally very natural. I was professional athlete, and then one day with the job opportunity, I stopped at one time track and field. It's not I continue to do track and field. I completely stopped 1.5 years ago. I always did cliff diving, but with less risk than today, all my life. So when in off-season moment, I went in South France and other area to do some jumps, but I did not the same jump that I do today. There was less risk. So one day I stopped completely track and field, and then from that moment, there is no restriction. I have no sacrifice to do to be good in track and field. So I can do what I want when I want. I just have to work on the week. This is the only sacrifice, to have money and to go in weekends, etc. So it was a very smooth transition, and it's just that now I can do what I want when I want, and there is no sacrifice because of the track and field. So very smooth.
You're enjoying the freedom. That's amazing.
Yes. So I don't regret my years of track and field athletes with sacrifice, because it bring me a lot of things. when you do that, you challenge yourself every day in the sports and do sacrifice. I must find the word in English to say that, but it brings you a lot of confidence, because you did a lot of things. You have bad moments. You undergone this bad moment to be better and have good moments in your sports, etc. You have to be focused in something. So then when you work after, you are a good mental, and you go further than your colleagues sometimes, because you have this mind of the challenger. I don't know the exact word in English for that, but
I understand.
but you train a lot your mental when you do high level sports, and so now I have many things that I worked as an athlete that I can use now as a worker, as a normal person, if I can say.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
and
Yes.
yes, it helps me too for the cliff diving. Yes, of course.
That is phenomenal. There's so many good things that you learn from the cliff diving, from the javelin throw, and then you can apply a lot of that discipline into your normal work life. That's awesome. I have to ask you, this dovetails real well into, a question of the following. Jeremy, please tell me, what is your why? What is your why in you doing what you do, and what do you value?
Why I do that? Okay.
Yeah, like why you
Yeah.
do what you do, and what creates this drive, this
Yes.
passion, and what do you value in your
But
life?
I grew up in a sportive family. Every member of my family did sports. I did a lot of sports, and that the thing that I like me is a challenge. I always like to challenge myself, challenge others, do competition, and see where I can go in everything I make in my life, and be better and better every day. So, and I like a lot adrenaline too. I like the sensation. So every time I do an extreme sport, outdoor sports, there is all this thing together. There is the challenge, there is the adrenaline, there is also the good moment, the moment of sharing with friends. And so and also it makes you stay healthy. And I like to be healthy too. So everything in together, it's the magic recipe for me. It's perfect. And yes, I like challenge myself, and I like adrenaline. I like sharing moments with my friends, and in cliff diving, in track and field, at work, when you work as a team, there is this thing.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got a question here for you, buddy. And if you need to go, I'm not exactly watching the clock per se, but I know we're getting kind of close to 30 minutes. Are you still okay for a few more minutes?
Yes, no
Oh,
problem.
perfect. Thank you, Jeremy. There's a saying, opportunities don't just happen. You create them. You create the opportunities. Do you agree with the statement?
Yes, of course. There is luck in life, but you can create luck, by moving. But if you stay at home, you create nothing. You can't provoke your luck, So by trying something, by what's the word for that? But when you go to see people, when you talk with them, when you fix a target for you, etc., you can provoke your luck, and then good thing happen. Maybe sometimes it's bad thing, but if you have the good mentality, you can undergo this bad thing and create good thing after. So yes, you have to move to do things with people, you alone, to be active, to provoke the thing.
Love it, love it, love it. Absolutely.
Amazing.
Question.
So
Oh, go ahead, Joe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So my question is, are there any short-term goals that you would like to accomplish in the next couple of years, like in terms of cliff diving? So is there any milestones that you're looking out for, or any other accomplishments that you want to achieve in the next couple of years?
Yes, yes. There is a lot of things that I want to do. First, there is the winter that's coming, and I want to diversify more my content on my channel with more skiing videos in winter and trekking videos in all the year, with always cliff diving all the year too. I also want to travel more, to discover more spots, to jump, to do my sports, because I did a lot of spots in France and in Europe, but I want to go further. And the good point in cliff diving is it's in natural environment, and every time you move, you discover many beautiful places with friends, and I want to go farther like that and travel more to discover many places and you know, and with my Instagram page to show it to the people that follow me, to make them dream, to make them want to travel, to jump, not necessarily from 30 meters, but to jump from 5 meters, to be happy, to challenge themselves and to take pleasure doing sports and seeing my video, doing like me, or
I love it.
doing what they want to. I want to develop that. And yes, if I can find some good sponsor to help me to create content, to inspire people, you know, yes, I would be happier.
Just as your
Amazing.
father helped mentor you and teach you, have you ever now passed the baton or passed the torch and have been mentoring some other younger divers?
Yes, yes. Every time we go on a spot in France, there is a young diver that know who we are, and so we talk with them. We talk with the parents. In our band in our group in France, there is every ages. You know, there is 16 years old people and 30 years old people, 23 years old people. Very gap in age in the group, so we can. Yeah, we share. Everybody share with everyone, and yeah, with Instagram, with YouTube, with the video, you can inspire many people today. And when they come to the spot, we talk with them, and yes, it's good. It's good for everybody, for the sport, for people. It's perfect.
Jeremy, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's
Having,
gonna be
having
so
watched your
exciting.
having watched your content on Instagram, I can tell you that, like, you're doing a good job in terms of creating content. Like, the content you have on Instagram is like really amazing. So that's how I got to know you, and that's how we are talking. We're having this conversation here. That's amazing.
Thank you, thank you. It's a
As you know,
pleasure for me
Jeremy,
to be here.
no, you're most welcome. Absolutely. As you know, Chasing Infinity is the name of our show. We encourage the continual pursuit of excellence in all areas of our lives. As you'd agree, improving yourself involves identifying your weaknesses. What is one weakness you've identified in your life, and what are you doing to improve it?
Difficult question. Yes, maybe sometimes I must. I have a lot of confidence in myself, and so when you are like that, sometimes you don't hear the other, and sometimes you have to more take in account what people say to you, to be better yourself, you know, and not only be like that, but widen your vision. And yes, when people sometimes people give you good advice, and I have to take in more in account. I think I have to improve on that.
Awesome. Okay. That's good.
Yep.
That's very good. You recognize that, you see that, and you're like, I like the fact that you're removing the tunnel vision, you're keeping the blinders off, and you have a wide open
Yes.
vision. I love it. That's great. Last question
That's
I
all.
have, maybe Joe has some more after my last question, but the last question I have for right now is, what is one important lesson you have learned from your time as an athlete?
This year I learned a big lesson because I did a very big mistake this summer in Switzerland. I did a 31.5 meters jump in backflip, and we were on a road trip to Switzerland, with a lot of spots, with many jump every day, and I did many jump above 25 meters while 4 days with backflips, and I was very confident, maybe too much confidence. And the 5th days, we went to a iconic spot in Switzerland, in Ticino. It's it's a 31.5 meters bridge, and I wanted to do my backflip. So we went there in the end of the day, and I was too confident. And while the preparation, I felt there was something not like the other day. I had not the same sensation in my mental preparation, in my exercise before the jump.
Yep.
And because I was too confident, I didn't go do preparation at 20 meters before doing the 31 meters. And so when I go do the 31, I failed it, and I didn't turn like I did on all the other backflip jump in my life at height. And so I failed it, and I reached the water like that. There is my video on my Instagram account. There is a big impact. It's 100 kilometers per hour in the water, and I reached the water on my back. And I had a lot of luck because there was safety in the water. My friends were there, and they didn't have to help me go out of the water because I only had bruises. Nothing broke, no bones broke.
Thank God. Thank God.
I was here. I didn't. I don't know the word, but when you like that, I don't know the word.
Unconscious.
Yeah,
unconscious.
Unconscious.
Yes, I was not unconscious.
Good,
I was
good.
And so I go out of the water by myself. There was my friend as a safety around me, and then I climbed up and I took rest. And yes, I had a lot of luck because when you do a fail like that, 99% of people on Earth will be tetraplegic or with bone broke, or your lungs broke, or dead, because it's 100 kilometers per hour impact in the water. It's horrifying. And yes, I had luck. I had only bruises, and it took me 1 week of rest to be good.
That's it. Just 1 week.
So
1 week recovery.
Yes, but so the lesson, it's when you do thing with high risk, like a 30-meter jump in water. If you cannot be too confident, you must have that fear. We will talk about that before. You must keep in mind that fear. You have to have that fear.
Yes.
And if you feel that there is maybe 1% thing that is not like it must be, you must not go. Maybe you can go, but with you must do another preparation before go. And I didn't do that jump at 20 meters or to jump at 20 meters to feel against the good movement, you know. And so it didn't
normally
cost me many, but it could cost me many more, but versus what it cost me, So
wow. And
so it
normally,
was a great lesson for me.
great lesson indeed to learn.
Yeah.
No question about it, Jeremy. That's an incredible lesson to, even though you know deep, within your heart and mind, and you had the confidence, you've done this routine so many times,
Yes.
it's just like clockwork for you. It's like, as most people just brush their teeth, take a shower, and jump in the car and they drive to work. They don't have to think about it. It's on autopilot. You were on autopilot. But there we go. You, after so many jumps, you still, learned a very important, valuable lesson, and you were being protected there. You obviously incredible luck that you only walked away with bruises, and you got out of that water on your own accord. You didn't need to be helped. And so the fact that you just learned that incredible lesson to still go through that process of not as high, go through that 20-meter jump, first and foremost, just to warm your body up, to go through those backflips and to be able to do that normal process, but you skipped that normal routine that one time, and it almost cost you. Something drastic.
Yes. I like the example of because I play golf too.
Yeah.
And,
cool. Yes.
And, you have many videos of Tiger Woods, the greatest golfer of all time, maybe.
Right.
And sometimes when he's at stance, he's doing his backswing, and when he must go down, you have some video when he stopped, because there was something. There was someone that say something. There was a fly on the ball. I don't know what he sensed, but you have to be like Tiger Woods and capable of stop your swing because there is something wrong around you, And this day, I wasn't able to do that, and I don't want to make this mistake second time.
And right. I'm sure you share that.
It's a balance between. I'm sorry, Jason. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, sorry, keep jumping in. I'm sure you're sharing that life learning lesson with the younger divers. I'm sure you've shared that with other people.
Yes, of course.
Because that is invaluable. You could save someone's life potentially save someone from becoming a paraplegic. I'm sure you've seen divers that have gotten seriously injured where they can no longer dive. I'm sure you've seen that happen.
Yes. I have sometimes message from people that are not trained to jump, and some people told me that from 10 meters they enter the water like a seat position, and they broke a spine or something. And me from 30 meters, I have only bruises, So you have to be prepared to do this kind of thing. You must have physical preparation. You must check the spot, check everything. It's very important. Yes, and yes, I share that with younger people, of course, and older too, because sometimes older people want to jump too. So I share with everyone.
Awesome, Jeremy. Thank you. Joe, take it away.
Yeah, the last question that I want to ask is, what advice would you give to young athletes just thinking about getting started with cliff diving? So what's your one key advice to them?
Well, the one advice is to take pleasure. If there is no pleasure, don't go. And yes, check everything before jump, and don't go too fast. You have to go low, to start low, to go higher after, but you have to validate each step, So step by step.
Great advice.
Yep, that's amazing.